The following video features a diversity of perspectives from young people with disabilities. Cecilia Grugan, a person with a pale complexion and short brown hair with blonde tips. Alexis Zandy Wong, an Asian woman with long black hair. Jalen Radzminski, a light-skinned black and Japanese person with long brown curly hair. And Misha Nicholas, an African-American female with short natural black hair. Speaking about the importance of the Rehabilitation Act of 1973 and Americans with Disabilities Act, to them individually and America at large. 3 of the individuals appear in a studio in front of a gray backdrop, while one appears in an office with a bookshelf in the background. At the start of the video, a slide appears that shows a Rehabilitation Act 50 logo and theme, Advancing Access and Equity, Then, Now, and Next, and says, Disability Pride Month, honoring 50 years of the Rehab Act of 1973 and 33 years of the ADA. About halfway through the video, another slide appears that says the Rehab Act laid the foundation for the ADA, which ensured that the workplace protections provided by the Rehab Act would be applicable in almost all workplaces, not just federal or federally funded assisted ones. At the end, a slide appears that shows the U.S. Department of Labor seal, Office of Disability Employment Policy logo, and the website address, dol.gov/ODEP.
Hello, my name is Cecilia Grugan.
Section 504 in the Rehab Act back in 1973, 50 years ago, proved to be the foundation that we needed in the disabled community today and for the future.
My name is Zandy Wong. Section 504 has helped me tremendously as I went through kindergarten to 12th grade. I actually had a Section 504 plan for my hearing loss up until about 8th grade. With Section 504, I was able to access services like speech-language pathology, which really helped me learn how to say words properly.
I didn't know as a child what access meant, or that I even needed access. I didn't know that I needed extra assistance to navigate the public school system. 504 served as a way to require certain tools to be applied in the classroom as a deaf person.
My name is Jalen Radzminski. I personally did not access Section 504 Rehabilitation Act services when I was in elementary, middle, or high school. Similar to a lot of families in my community, especially in the Black community, we didn't really know a lot of those services existed. So unfortunately during those times, I just had to overwork and overcompensate to be able to make it through those stages of my life.
My name is Misha Nicholas. Unfortunately, I was undiagnosed growing up as a child, so I wasn't able to actually fully get the 504 privileges of accommodation in schools. Finding my identity in the 504 process is what really led me to get a diagnosis in my adult years, and leading up to that, I was able to, request for accommodations.
Individually, having the access to education and workforce programs that can help people with disabilities figure out what they want to do with their lives is so important for helping them gain financial independence and independence to live independently by themselves.
Being able to access equitable and inclusive services it's really everything. It can make or break so much of your career, and I wish there were more transparent heart-to-heart conversations about how to access Section 504 services and accommodations in the workplace.
The world is continuing to evolve. People are continuing to evolve. Products and services and spaces that we utilize, they continue to evolve. So therefore, foundations such as Section 504 and the Rehab Act need to evolve with new legislation and continued creative and innovative solutions.
The Rehab Act laid the foundation for the ADA, which ensured that the workplace protections provided by the Rehab Act would be applicable in almost all workplaces, not just federal or federally funded assisted ones.
I was born into an ADA generation just a few years ago, and I don't think I would have been able to accomplish or do even half of the things that I have been able to do and the social justice projects I've been able to complete without the ADA.
But when it came to my job, it was just simply accessing like test measures just to make sure that, you know, like I, for example, could have adequate time, right? Or if I had a problem with a question or I was struggling to, you know, conceptualize it, I had that ability to ask.
At Hopkins, where I am a rising senior, I participate in the Johns Hopkins Neuroscience Scholars Program, which is a program for deaf and hard of hearing students who want to become neuroscientists in the near future. And without the ADA, programs like these wouldn't have been supported, wouldn't have been recognized as important for advancing the workforce, and that's really important.
Because of ADA, I can make a phone call. Because of the ADA, I can go enjoy a musical with my partner because that's my partner's favorite thing. Because of ADA, I have a job. And not only that, I have a job that I cherish. And because of ADA, I was able to deliver my child at the hospital.
The law is just one equation in the story. It's up to everyone in the community to, you know, stand up for themselves.
The ADA has also really helped me recognize my own agency as a person with a disability. It's really informed my advocacy because it helps me realize that my disability isn't a burden. It's a source of pride.
I'm hoping people in our disability community and people who want to engage in allyship outside of it will continue to see the light we're trying to carry into this work and be enlightened so that accessibility and integration and equity and inclusion is just of value to everyone.
To all the leaders of the disability rights movement, thank you for fighting the good fight, and we're going to keep it going.